Hi guys, I'm Brett Crawford. I'm one of the primary science facilitators working for Science Spark in southeast Queensland, and what I'm going to do with you today is just have a look at some of the activities in the Year 6 Qcat for 2012. So I'm going to begin with some of the materials that I've gathered to do the Qcat. Now, one of the activities calls for you to set up 3 different containers, and you're going to be studying convection currents with the students. So basically you're going to have 2 cups of water underneath the container. Each cup is going to have water in it of different temperatures, so a hotter one and a colder one, except for one of the sets of containers where they're both room temperature. And then the container that goes on top of those has water in it as well. We're going to put dye in there, and it's going to circulate around because of the convection currents in the water caused by different temperatures on either side. So what I've done first is just gathered together some of the materials that I'm going to use, because it's a good idea to have a go at this before you do it. With science activities, always, always, always try before you buy. There's nothing more frustrating than setting everything up. You've gone through, you've done everything with the kids, they're all excited, and then they do the activity, and for whatever reason, it doesn't happen the way the science says it should, and it's usually got something to do with the materials or how you're using them. So I've actually tried these, and I know that they're going to work. Now, first up, the cups. Now, you can get absolutely any sort of cups at all. Plastic cups are fine. I've actually gone to the reject shop at the Logan Hyperdome product placement, and what I found there was some of these party cups, but as you can see, they're different colours. So I've got a red one and a blue one. So this is going to be the hotter cup, this is going to be the cooler cup. You don't have to do that, just any sort of cup like that, and you can write hot, cold, cool, whatever you want on it, that's fine. But I just like the visuals on that because it helps the kids to understand what's going on. Now, a bigger part of what I found that made the activity work or not work was the type of container that you put on the top. Originally, I started off with smaller container, the 750 ml containers. In fact, I've got them over here. So I picked those up, I tried it, and I found out that it didn't really work as well as it should have. The dye, which is supposed to rise to the surface, was rising far too quickly for the students to really observe what was going on. So I increased the size of my container to the 1 litre size. So these I got from Woolworths, just from the reusable food storage area, and they actually work pretty well. So if you pick some of those up, that's fine. Of course, if you've got other containers around the school, that's great. We are trying to do science though, so we should be controlling our variables. So whatever sort of container you're using for one trial, you should be using for all of them. That's why I like the disposable food containers, because you know that you're getting the same thing every time, and it doesn't seem to make any difference that they've got that little divot at the bottom so that they're not resting completely flat. Still works pretty well. And of course, we've got our food colouring, so you can get it in the individual bottles, or you can buy it in the sets of colours. And instead of an eyedropper, I find these little plastic doodads work pretty well. So doodad's technical word there. So if you can get a hold of these, they work nicely.